I used to support fake sneakers. For nearly a decade, I bought them, wore them, and defended them as a more affordable way to be a part of a culture I couldn't afford at the time. What started as an entry point in the sneaker culture has spiraled into a toxic, clout-chasing ecosystem, one obsessed with status, fake wealth, and manufactured attention. All while I used to see fake sneakers as just shoes, now they feel like a symptom of something way worse. Do I hate fake sneakers? Of course not. I hate what they've become, and more importantly, I hate the people who flaunt them with arrogance, the affiliate code smugness, the TikToks drenched in subtle plug after subtle plug, the links, the coupons, the never-ending cycle of sponsored content, all tying back to shady agents and money pipelines that trace straight to the CCP. And honestly, yeah, I'm jealous. I'd love to be in on a communist Ponzi scheme where all I have to do is endlessly consume low-quality, disease-ridden replicas and pretend it's empowerment. But it's not. It's just greed dressed up in Gen Z aesthetics and moral relativism. I feel guilty even being associated with it. I'm over it. I hate fake sneakers. When I first started purchasing fake sneakers, there wasn't an online community creating content around it, at least not in the way it exists now. I was one of the few early on who unintentionally helped reveal just how far the replica ecosystem would evolve and how deeply monetized it would eventually become. Back then, agents weren't sponsoring TikTok creators with millions of followers. They were sponsoring subreddits, but who was getting paid? Subreddit moderators just to pin a post at the top of the feed or feature a seller in a sidebar. Still, the monetization was subtle, quiet, streamlined, and mostly in the background. The ecosystem was grassroots. Small sponsors were direct sellers or manufacturers, and the money flowing through the space was minimal compared to what it is today. That limited scope actually fostered a kind of strange transparency. People were reviewing replicas not to sell you something, but to inform you. As corny as it sounds, it felt like people genuinely cared about helping each other. I used to post all my videos on r/fashion reps, not to monetize, not to build a brand, but simply out of a genuine interest. I would post replica reviews because I loved the game. At the time, there were only a few true reliable manufacturers, and most of the content, whether Reddit posts or YouTube videos, was focused on quality, accuracy, and side-by-side comparisons. Nobody cared about affiliate links. Viral marketing wasn't even on the radar, but that changed. As replicas became overexposed on TikTok, the entire ecosystem shifted. The platform incentivized a new wave of creators, people who were suddenly getting free fake sneakers, knockoff designer clothing, and even direct payments from those agents. And with that, the content got lazier, more manipulative, and less honest. The message was always the same. Fakes are just as good, nobody can tell, and you're a genius for saving all this money. These creators weren't helping people navigate the space. They were selling a fantasy delusion. They were glorifying a lifestyle built on deception, and now the scene is overrun by a bunch of teenagers creating and consuming the content. Dozens of agents, hundreds of Discord servers, and thousands of affiliate links. It's not about education anymore. It's about pushing traffic to the checkout page, and the ones doing the pushing are creators pretending to care. Even the Discord communities, which once felt like hubs for genuine discussion and honest reviews, are now little to more sponsored marketplaces. Sure, every once in a while, someone might help you find the best batch of a new release, but more often than not, it's just shameless shilling here, people. And the viewers mostly don't care or are too naive to realize that they're being spoon-fed the same recycled content day after day. Thousands of videos flood TikTok and Instagram, all pushing the same narrative. Fakes are cool. Fakes give you confidence. Fakes let you cosplay a version of wealth. This is where most of my disdain towards fake sneakers comes from now. Not the product itself, but the content, the culture, and the people performing their fake lives online. I physically can't stand the content anymore. It's the same recycled trend loop over and over again. The only difference is that some people are spending thousands of dollars for authenticity, while others are just buying the cheap fake version of the same thing. But the mindset, it's identical. I still refuse to pay resale prices, and just because I say I hate fake sneakers doesn't mean I'll never buy another pair. I value my money. I'm not going to spend hundreds of dollars on something unnecessary just to prove a point to people I don't know, nor do I care about their public interest. So Don't get it twisted. That said, I've definitely outgrown the desire to be dripped in brands from head to toe, especially not anything mainstream. But can I blame those just discovering the fake replica scene and being entrenched in everything they want at their fingertips for maybe, 1/10 of the price? I mean, I don't blame anyone. I mean, this is why everyone, when they first get into fake items, well, they buy the most expensive things, the most desirable, the most rare, the most highly priced. I mean, it's just how it is here, people. I find it disgusting how people are forever tapped into a culture that requires them to constantly change their wardrobe and even their personality based on what's trending, and instead of using that accessibility of cheaper clothing to actually build a unique style, they just copy and paste what they see online. All these bots dressed in fakes will openly criticize people who buy the same things authentically, but in the end, they both operate under the same empty, consumeristic mindsets. One thing never changes. People who buy fakes still don't know how to dress. Their entire wardrobes are stitched together from spreadsheets, TikToks, and haul videos. They're not building a personal style. They're following instructions. They consume the same content, buy the same clothes, and think the same thoughts. They're not part of some fashion rebellion. They're just another flock of sheep. At this point, it's not about fake sneakers anymore. It's about what they represent. The content, the culture, the mindset. Everything feels manufactured. Everyone's just cosplaying the same lifestyle. Whether it's fake or real, people are still chasing the same thing. Approval. The only difference is the price tag, and that's the part that makes me sick. Not that people wear fakes, but that they do it thinking they've somehow escaped consumerism when they've just repackaged it in a haul from China. If anything, they're deeper in it. I still might buy a fake pair. That hasn't changed. What's changed is how I see the people doing it for content, for clout, for identity. You're not a part of something cool or different. You're a part of a loop. Same hauls, same outfits, same links, same TikToks repeating the same message. You don't need the real thing to look rich! But that's the problem. The obsession with looking rich. It's not about style anymore. It's about flexing, even if you have to fake the whole thing to do it. And I've just outgrown that. I don't care about being dripped out in logos anymore. I don't want my entire personality to revolve around what's on my feet. I still care about clothes. I still care about sneakers, but I care more about actually liking what I wear, not chasing trends like everyone else on autopilots. I'm not gonna clown someone for wearing fakes. Look, I might let it slide when people buy fake cologne or jewelry. Maybe. That's crazy though. Whatever. But when your entire personality is built around pretending to be someone you're not, that's when it gets embarrassing. So yeah, I hate fake sneakers. Not because they're fake, but because of the performance that comes with them, the content, the fake confidence. And if you're still dressing for TikTok, still flexing for strangers online, still copying every trend you scroll past, you're not outsmarting the system. You are the system.